everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I have my hashtag paper stash smash video for you for the month of May. It's the recap of May, and then I'm going to get into what I'm going to use in June. You guys, I am excited that I got something done. As you know, I had a little problem in my craft room. It ended up having to be completely emptied, and I went through a massive reorganization of it. I was going to do that last year because this year I ended up having to do it because I had to. So it was kind of a good thing, little silver lining in the problem, but my craft room is back. It is almost done. I'm tweaking it the rest of the week, and then it should be completely the way I want it and all fixed up. And then I'm going to do a video of the final walkthrough. If you want to see the latest update, I will put a link to that in my video description. But I do want to share with you what I did do for this project. I really wasn't sure I was going to get anything done, to tell you the truth, but I did get a couple things done, and then I do have a really big plan for June. So let's get started. I'll talk to you about what I did. So the first thing I want to show you, I'm going to get these out of the way for a second, is this explosion box. And I know I'm playing with lighting because I've got a new camera arm and all this stuff. So I'm still trying to get all that kind of lighting thing tweaked out, but this is a big box, so it's casting quite a little bit of a shadow, so I apologize for that. But this is an explosion box that I created. This was from Joann's, and I bought this a long time ago and wanted to use it for this project. I had the pack of papers that I used was from Joann's. I had 14 sheets total in 3 of these 6x6 paper collections, and that's what I should probably go back and say. We were focusing on 6x6 pads this time. So anyway, I had 14 sheets total, so this was like a partial pack, but I was like trying to figure out what I was going to do with that, and I ended up coming up with this. So the explosion box was pre-made. I didn't make it, but I did use what I had to create this really cool project. So I used some flowers from my stash. I bumped this up with foam, and it says sometimes life is a walk in the park, and then I have the doggy paper here. And then on the sides here, I used some coordinating cardstock that I had in my stash, and I just used the floral on the outside, which I thought was really pretty, right? And then when you open it up, and the lid is actually kind of tight. I was surprised. I don't have anything on the inside because I didn't have enough paper, but I definitely could decorate it. But then you have this explosion box here. And then the middle, I'll show you that first because it's super cute. It's 3-dimensional. They had these foam embellishments that I took and put in between pieces of cardstock, and I used my decal scissors to cut them and kind of give them the look, I don't know if you can see that, of grass. And I just kind of glued them. Let's see, I know the lighting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying really hard to get this figured out. But I put those in there so they actually stand up. Like, they stand up, and I think that's really fun. So then I used some more flowers just kind of around, and that's kind of how I decorated the center. And then like I said, I didn't have much paper, but I had enough to where I made some pockets and did some photo mats with some coordinating cardstock that I had, and just used some white. These I just used some pieces left over, and I trimmed them, and I added some stickers. The backs of the pages are blank, but then on the next layer, if we kind of turn this up, we've got 2 different kinds of pockets. So again, some more coordinating cardstock that I had in my stash. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed, and it's not working. So you can see I have that kind of pocket, and then I did use my punch here for another kind of pocket. So that goes all the way around. And then here's that layer here, okay? And then I just use stickers. They say, "So blessed, today is the day." Looks like I need to put some glue on those. And then the third layer, I did some other kinds of pockets. So these were diagonal. And again, a photo mat that can come out. And then we'll turn it around, diagonal, and so forth, okay? So that's how I was able to stretch this particular pack of paper, which I had, like I said, partial pack, and it was only 14 pieces. I'll just go ahead and put this down there. So that's how I did that. And then, as you know, I was trying to smash this last time, and I did not get to it. So this time, I did end up smashing the Mercantile collection from Echo Park. Now, that was a whole big brand new collection that I bought, and I bought the 6x6 pad. I was originally going to use a photo play pre-made album, and I was not happy with the size of it because it said it was 6x6 and it's not. It's bigger. And so anyways, what I ended up doing was when I was going through my room reorganization, I found an old accordion album. And where is the stuff that I had with it? An old accordion album. Where is it? I thought I kept the paper. Maybe I did. Oh, I did. I bought this a long time ago at a Creative Keepsakes convention from Rusty Pickle. And it was truly a 6x6 album, an accordion album with pockets. And so this has been in my stash for literally years. And when I cleaned my room, I found it and I thought, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to not only smash that 6x6 pad, but I'm also going to get rid of this album. I'm actually going to use it. So that's what I ended up doing. So it's an accordion album, like I said. So I'll show you the back side. The back side's like this. The album came in pieces. So you had the accordion pages and then you had 2 chipboard pieces. So I covered those with pattern paper, covered them with cardstock pattern paper, and then I added this cute little gumball piece that I had here. So I did have some embellishments left over from the things that I made with the 12x12 pack that I saved to use with the 6x6 pack. So that's where that came from. And then I added a couple enamel dots here for the gumballs. All right, so then I added the ribbon closure. Okay, so here's the front of it, and I loaded it with some of the chipboard pieces all over the place. And then I made these cute little Polaroids, little mini Polaroids to put on the cover. So you could put little pictures right here, which turned out really cute. So then you open it up, and then it had like different cutout pockets. So I basically just covered the pockets and I covered the backs. And then I added a couple more photo mats here. I had some blue left over from covering the papers. And let me make sure I'm in camera. I'm sorry, new system. And I just added these little tags as photo mats, and then they just go right into this open pocket so you can see them through the window as well. Added embellishments here. Here's the page. This is the diagonal pocket created, and then when I cut this, I used the top piece that I cut off to make another little pocket, so I was able to use some ephemera pieces here. And then I got in my stash and I had some graphic 45 tags that I just thought were perfect to add into there. So I'll show you this. So here's again another pocket, another tag, some stickers, little chipboard piece here. Here's a piece that I did with a little tag from the pattern paper, another graphic 45 tag here, and then it turns like this. This pocket was a fun one. It was just like that. So you can put your tag in there. And then the final pocket was this one right here. Okay. So when you open it up, you can see it is an accordion album. Okay. And then when you turn it over, you have the other side of it. So these were all blank. So I used pattern paper and I created some more faux Polaroids and used up a lot of the chipboard pieces here. I created a pocket here out of one of the tags. Another Polaroid piece here, another little pocket with the ephemera. And then you're back to the front of the book. And then this just wraps around to tie everything shut. So I did end up using a lot of the extra ephemera. So this is all I have left. I have some enamel dots and some adhesive brads, and I'm going to put those off to the side because I'm going to show you something in just a second. I do have some ephemera and some tags. I did end up with a couple pieces of paper left over. Honestly, I don't know that I'm going to keep these. I think I'm just going to toss these at this point. I could probably cut these out and save them for ephemera, but quite frankly, I do that and then I don't use them. So I'm going to, think about it for another minute. I might cut these apart and stick them in the pockets just as an added little tag. But that's all I had left from that. And then I had a lot of this left over because I bought so much of this. So anyway, that's what I have left over from the Mercantile collection. But then what I did was I went through when I was organizing, and I had this 6x6 paper pad that I had a long time ago from Echo Park called Toy Box. Kind of the same colors, kind of the same themes, kids and all that stuff. I also had a Maya Road 5-ring tab board book. And so I used that, and I also used up a pack of SEI embellishments that I had, and I thought that they matched. So what I ended up doing with that was making this book. So I just did a basic book ring closure. I added some ribbons here, and then I didn't really put anything on the cover because I thought the paper was plenty for that. But then what I did was I covered the chipboard and then made Polaroids again. I was kind of on a kick with that. And then I had these little tags that I found in my stash, so I used those up. So I did smash the tags as well. And then because these matched so well, I did use some of the chipboard and stickers and things in this album because it just fit. So I'll flip through. This is from the SEI Sundries pack, the little embellishment packs. Here's tags. There you go. Buttons with some twine. The little candy right here. I mean, this looks really cute. So this kind of is a theme throughout with the Polaroids and the flowers, and then little tags behind some of the pictures. And then I just made that book, and I just thought that was really cute, really simple. Got rid of the toy box papers that I had, and that again was a partial pack. But I had most of it. And then I was able to use that board book too. So that was pretty cool. So I got that done. Now, I got some big ideas for June. June is a vacation month. So what I think I'm going to do, I got a couple ideas. So this is the photo play. This is the accessory pack. And then I have the build album. And I was going to use this, but look, it says 6x6 album, but the pages are actually a lot bigger than that. So if you look at the pages here, they're 6.5 by 6.5. And I don't know, they just didn't work with a 6x6 pad, but they are going to work with a bigger pad. So what I'm going to do is instead, I'm going to use this for this old pack that I found when I was going through all of my gear. So this is the October Park Collection Midway. Now I have, I think, all of this 8x8 paper pack here. And look, I bought it for $2.99. And what year was it? I don't even know what year it was. It was a long time ago. I do have some of the 12x12 papers, not all of them, but I do have some. And I have this. And then I went through, because I've reorganized, I found all my stuff, you guys. So I went through and I grabbed some ribbon. And I grabbed this pack from October Afternoon. And I thought the colors matched perfectly. So I'm going to use this with this pack. And then I also, when I reorganized, I also reorganized all my flowers. So I thought these flowers kind of match the paper collection. So I'm going to use those as well. So this is going to go with this. Now, I also told you that I was going to put these off to the side. I think these colors work well too. And I think that these brads might work with this midway kind of fun park feel. So I might use these on there as well. So this is going to be like one whole thing that I'm going to smash. So that's like kit number 1. And then I'm keeping with kind of the summer fun vacation theme. So I went through and I found this paper collection that I bought a while ago. It was in 2021. This is Echo Park's Walking on Sunshine, and it's a really cute little beach theme. So when I reorganized, I found all my stuff. I got it all organized, and this is a whole pack, so I have all of the things for it. And then I also had this. Now, this is Pool Party. It's not the same as the Walking on Sunshine, but I thought some of the colors worked. So I think since I don't have papers for Pool Party, I'm going to try to combine them and see what I can come up with and how I can make these work. But I really do think I can, because there's surfboards in here. We've got palm trees, a little moped. I mean, this will, I think, work. I also went through and found a slice of summer enamel dots. These have both been partially used in my stash, so I'm going to put these in the pile for that. For flowers, I had some of these little birdie flowers, which I think will work really well. And then I had these ribbons from Chatterbox. And how old are these? 2008. Time to use them. And I think the colors, again, will work pretty good for this paper collection. So I'm going to use this as kit number 2. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to make with this. I might grab another pre-made album. I don't know, but that's going to be this whole kind of summer kit. And then the last one, I picked 3. And again, I'm going through vacation kind of themes and ideas. And I cleaned my room, so I found my stuff. So, you know, bonus. This one is 49 in Market, Wherever. And I honestly, I can't remember buying this. It's a 2024. I don't remember buying it. I don't. But it has the paper collection. I have ephemera pieces. I have wishing bubbles and trinkets. I have, you know, word bits and things like that. But then, of course, I went through my collect. Let me show you this. Let me take this out of the big package here. So I have the solids, and I have the paper collection, okay? I'm pretty sure I bought this at Cobblestone Creek, which is a local store that I have near me. But it's a beautiful paper collection, okay? And look at the colors. They're just beautiful. It's called Wherever by 49 in Market. Okay, so I have all of the, you know, the little pieces that go with it. So I've got all these things. And then I went through my flowers, and I thought that these flowers would match pretty good, so I can use these up. And then I have these. These I brought from Joann's when they started going out of business, so I've got those to use up. I went through some ribbons, and I picked a couple ribbons I thought might match. And then I thought I bought this 49 Market Create an Album, and so it is actually a cover all ready to go. So you just have to add your pages and whatnot. So I bought this from Craft Warehouse, and then this was from Cobblestone Creek. And so I'm going to incorporate this into this album. So I'm going to use this paper collection to kind of do stuff with that. So that is where all of this is going to come in. So that's like kit number 3. So this is my plan for June. June is kind of a whatever you want. This is a free month. We can pick whatever we want. So I did decide to go with vacation themes, and I think this is going to be a really fun themed month for me, for vacations, for fun time, for going to the beach, you know, just all that stuff. So that's what I wanted to show you today. So again, this is for #PaperStashsmash, and we have been going through every month, and we have been making projects using what's in our stash. And since I've had to reorganize my craft room, I have found so much stuff, and I'm super excited because I've got all these things I can make. So if you know, we have a group of gals who are in this collaboration. I have all the links to their videos down below, so please go check them out. If you've never seen this before, you know, go to the sites, go to the YouTubes, like and subscribe, and we're going to be doing this all year long, and we have different themes every month. So again, June is going to be whatever you want. It's a free month, so we're not focusing on a certain paper size. And I'm going to be smashing not only these papers that I've had for quite a little bit, but I've also got a couple of blank albums I'm going to smash. So if you play along and you decide you'd like to try this, and you grab some stuff out of your stash and you smash it for June, go ahead and do a video and use the hashtag #PaperStashsmash, so others that look up that hashtag will also see your videos and see what you did. Okay, so again, check out our group. Down below, we have all the listings for the members of our collab, and I hope you have fun with it. And thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back soon with another video to show you what I did for June and what's coming up in July. So stay crafty and have a great day. Bye-bye.